Hello everyone, I am Miss Arina and our today's topic is but for, as if, as though. Okay, now we will talk about but for. So, but for plus a noun phrase means either except for or if it were not for. The structure can be combined with a would have clause, so it is similar to past conditional. For example, but for her advice in a lot of situations, I would not have had a wonderful childhood. Her grandmother gave her advice, so she had a wonderful childhood. The writer imagines the opposite past situation and gives the reason why she did have a wonderful childhood. Advice. Examples. But for the rain yesterday, I would have gone out. But for them, she wouldn't be angry now. But for you, I would be there now. I wouldn't have let you in here, but for something you said on the phone earlier. The most common use of but for is not conditional. For example, well, they are my moms, but for some reason they seem to help. As if and as though are conjunctions. They have a similar meaning. We use as if and as though to talk about an imaginary situation or a situation that may not be true, but that's likely or possible. Examples. It looks as if they've had a shock. It looks as though you've not met before. As if is more common than as though. The past subjunctive after as if and as though is the situation that it's not real in the present. Otherwise, if the situation is true, we use a real tense to express present time. He looks as if he knew the answer. He gives the impression that he knows the answer, but he probably doesn't know, or we don't know whether he knows or not. He looks as if he knows the answer, because he knows the answer. He seems as if he hadn't slept for days. It seems that he hadn't slept for days, but he probably has, or we don't know whether he has or not. He seems as if he hasn't slept for days, because he hasn't slept for days. If the preceding verb is put into the past tense, the present perfect hasn't slept changes into past perfect, while the past perfect subjunctive hadn't slept stays the same. He seemed as if he hadn't slept for days. Examples. We can use both as if and as though, followed by a non-finite clause or a prepositional phrase. She moved her lips as if to smile. They were shouting as though in panic. As if and as though commonly follow the verbs feel and look. She felt as if all her worries had gone. They felt as though they had been given the wrong information. In informal English, like can be used in a similar way to as if, though it is not always considered correct in formal contexts. It felt like it could snow at any time or any minute. And now let's do some practice. Okay, your task is to choose the correct answer. Jill's eyes are red. She has great. Ben, very smart for his age. Actually, he can be considered to be mature. It, rain. So let's not go anywhere but stay indoors. Okay, put the pause and do your task. Okay? And now let's go to the next. Okay, the surface of the table, it has been hit with something hard. You, something is bothering you, my dear. Is there a problem? The soup, horrible, but Molly was too polite to refuse to eat it. And here also, please don't forget to put the pause. Okay, and your perfume makes me hungry because it's vanilla. The noise coming from outside, a UFO that we know from science fiction films. And the last one, eat. Strange that there is no one to serve us in the shop. And here, please don't forget to put the pause, do your task, and we are gonna to check all of them, okay, right now. And let's go. Jill's eyes are red. She looks as if she has cried. Ben looks very smart for his age. Actually, he can be considered to be mature. It looks like rain. Let's not go anywhere but stay indoors. The surface of the table feels as if it had been hit with something hot. You look as if something is bothering you, my dear. Is there a problem? The soup tasted horrible, but Molly was too polite to refuse to eat it. Your perfume makes me feel hungry because it smells like vanilla. The noise coming from outside sounded like a UFO that we know from science fiction films. It seems strange that there is no one to serve us in the shop. And here we finish our lesson. Thank you so much. Bye bye.